Bala into the outside wall.
He's going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing.
Lee to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit press.
Saved it.
What a save.
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
I'm going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though.
Slide left of the racetrack. Chris Renner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact. He's going to try and make the move around the outside the parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schumacher, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
Welcome to Twin Ring Motegi. This is round 3 of the Indy Elite Series, and we are here for the Armed Forces 225 right here in the land of the rising sun. My name is Sam Cooper Bennett. We are joined here and joining me in the booth for this week. No Tony Trapassa tonight as he's feeling a bit under the weather. Hope you're feeling better soon, sir. As this week, joining me in the booth is one Mr. Connor Ojeda. Connor, good to have you in the booth with me.
Thanks, Sam.
And I know you're a bit synonymous to IndyCar racing itself. You're currently leading the Both Indy Classic Series. What are your thoughts taking a look at this series here tonight?
I think it's going to be a tough competition tonight. I think we'll see a little bit of single file racing.
Absolutely, as we are just about to take over into qualifying. We've got 5 minutes left in the practice session, so as tonight's race is going to be an absolute barn burner. We've had 2 separate winners in 2 races so far. We had Christopher picking up the win in Homestead, and we had Adam Blocker picking up the win at New Hampshire last week. Who can step up to the plate here tonight? There's only one way to find out, but before we do that, we're going to step away for a quick break from our sponsor, from our iRacing, whoever I've got on there, whatever. Anyway, we'll be back in just a couple of minutes with a few words from the sponsors of the Triple Crown Challenge, Redline Ace.
the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back to Twin Ring Motegi. We are here for the Indy Elite Series, and this is the Armed Forces 225, and we're currently focusing in on the hard lap sessions right now, as currently watching some drivers going around track, and that was Zach Campbell out on track right there. He's still just coming out of pit road there. Henry Bennett has had a pretty quiet run so far in the series so far. Hoping to get a decent result here tonight. One man I want to focus on is... where is he? No, Adam Blocker. Oh, he's not even out on track yet. Richard Holt, he had a good run last couple of weeks. He's hoping to step up a bit more and hopefully get a good result here tonight. Connor, what are you looking for?
The 58 just took a wild turn.
Yeah, that would be Riley Thompson, as we are just going to head into qualifying now and see who is going to come out on top in this one. We've seen some very interesting qualifying so far in the last two rounds. And Connor, what are your thoughts going into tonight's race? Obviously with the single file and stuff.
I have a feeling it might be a fuel mileage race.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple cautions at the most, but I see fuel mileage.
You might be right. I mean, we saw a fuel mileage race, I think it was at Homestead before all the cautions came out. But we're looking at the qualifying now, as that is Chad Simpson out on track right now. Let's see what sort of time he can put up here, as he's going to be the first one to cross the line here tonight. Makes his way into turn 3. Out of turn 4. Let's see what sort of time this will be for the man. As it's actually Danley Ench. No. Ian Quinn puts the first time down. Puts himself on pole. As Chad Simpson goes straight to the top of the board. Andreas Eakes to the top of the board now.
Bradley Walters with a 26.140. Yeah,
and Bradley Walters gets the award for the scariest wreck of the season so far, doing cartwheels down the backstretch at New Hampshire last week. Thank God he's okay. As Simon Bryant missing last week. Missing last week's race at New Hampshire. Glad to see him back here tonight as Christian Alesho jumps into P10. He's currently last man in the top 10.
Ooh, Chris Cahoon with a 26.023.
Yep, Chris Cahoon up into the top spot now. He's had some pretty decent runs here so far this season. Hoping to continue his pretty impressive run so far. Riley Thompson in the top 10 as well. Raul Alvarez, we see him in other leagues like Top Fuel Racing and the likes. He's currently sitting in P13, last driver to take a time. Ray Kingsbury out on track right now. He's hoping to get a good time here. And Dakota DiCenzo had a very difficult race last week at New Hampshire, hoping to have a better run here tonight. He is out on track too. And Brandon Trost, who had that win cruelly taken away from him last week at New Hampshire, and he hits the wall coming out of 4. Big hit out of turn 4. As Joe Branch slots into 3rd place, league owner.
Here goes Joshua Chin out for his outlap.
Yeah, one man that's going to be on a mission here tonight is Joshua Chin. Suffered 2 retirements in the first 2 races of his championship defense. Is hoping to get it on track here tonight. No pun intended. Oh yeah, actually pun intended. One man we've not seen so far this season is Austin Espity. He's out on track right now. We've not seen him yet this season. Hopefully he can get his season off to a good start here tonight. But we're going to focus in on the defending champion Joshua Chen as he makes his way out of turn 2 on his flying lap now. Let's see what he can do here. Out of turn 4, where's that going to put him? Crosses the line.
Get fastest.
So only good enough for a top 5 here, Joshua Chin, but he's on his 2nd flyer now. Let's see what this one can do for him. Usually the first lap is the slower one, so if he's in 5th place from his first flyer, the second one's surely to be something special as he comes flying out of turn 4 now. Down towards the line, down towards the wall, trying to get as much speed as he can. And straight up, and see what that can do. That's only 2nd place, so Chris Cahoon holds on to that pole position. But for how long? As Austin Espity now on his flyer. Brandon Trost is back out on track. Still a lot of drivers not taking time here yet, Connor.
For sure.
Anyway, here comes Espity out of turn 4. Where's this one going to put him? P9. So, and he's going to call it one and done here. So Austin Espity
out on the track right now.
Yeah, last week's winner out on track now. See where this puts him. And nothing yet. So he's on his first flying lap now. As Zach Campbell and Chris Stouffer now out on track as well as Adam Dock. Dock having a horrible race last week, as well as the first round winner Chris Stouffer. 1 and 2 in round 1, both retiring early on as Adam Blocker now comes out of turn 4, crosses the line. 126.197. That is only good enough for 5th place. So disappointing qualifying time there for Blocker. Let's take a look at Adam Dock now as he's making his way around the track. And time's flying in. Chris Stouffer moves up to 4th place. Zach Campbell into 6th. And Tony Schoen into P8 now. Let's go back to Adam Dock now and see what he can put in. Comes out of turn 4, almost brushes the wall. Crosses the line. A 26.343, only good enough for P15. As the resident...
Still wait for Jonathan Goat to come out.
Yeah, still waiting for times from Jonathan Goat, Niall McBride, and Logan Simmons. Niles Anders has been, I think, race control for the last few races because he has not been taking the green lately. As we see Henry Bennett now. See where this is going to put him as he comes across the line with 126.146. That's good enough for a 26.145. Sorry, that is only good enough for 4th place. So in the top 5 for Bennett, the resident Brit. Actually, there's 3 of them in here. Niall McBride and Liam Quinn. The other 2, I believe they're both Irish, so that doesn't work. As Jonathan Goat. Yep. Here he comes in the Rainbow Warrior scheme. As... oh, connection problems for Goat. Logan Simmons is out on track as well. Been having some decent enough runs here in this season, Logan Simmons, but not able to capitalise on them. Here comes Goat now, down towards the line to start his qualifying run. Let's see where this is going to put him now as he makes his way through 1 and 2 for the first time here tonight. Into turns 3 and 4. As he abandons his qualifying lap. So Goat not happy with that one. He's going to bring it back to pit road as Logan Simmons has a huge wreck coming out of turn 4. Go back and see what happened there to Simmons. Just drifted up towards the wall. Couldn't save it in time, and that was enough to flip the car around. And wow, that was a big one. Oh, big slide by Goat there as he abandons his lap again. He's trying to get that perfect lap down. He's only got 1 minute and 10 seconds left to get a time in here. So, interesting qualifying session for Goat. Started from the back last week, managed to get a top 3 out of it, so decent enough result for the man in the 24. Oh, he loses the back end. Wow. Goat not having a good time out on track there. As that is going to do it for his qualifying. Only him, Niall McBride and Logan Simmons not going to take time here. Logan Simmons going to come back out on track and see if he can lay a lap time down, but he's only got less than 20 seconds to make a time, but I don't think he's going to do it.
He's not going to make it.
No. So that is going to do it for qualifying right now. And we are going to go to... well, I'm going to call out the grid anyway. We don't have a grid ticker up here, unfortunately, for this overlay. But let's go to our grid for tonight. Well, there is no grid. But anyway, let's go to the action out on track, shall we? As we have people gridding up already. There's Liam Quinn. And they're starting in pit road, which is something I'm used to seeing when I'm racing in the IndyCar. It's very unusual to see cars starting in pit road for such a short track here, Connor.
Yes, it is. I don't think I've ever seen an Indy start on pit road.
We do have them quite often. I mean, they're usually on bigger tracks like, I don't know, Michigan or Pocono.
Auto Club.
Yeah, Auto Club. So let's go to our pole sitter. That will be not out on track yet, I don't think. Not lined up yet. Just K-Ho. Man getting the pole here tonight. His first pole position of the season. Let's see if he can capitalise on it. But the way the races go, they don't usually stay on pole. As Joshua Chin, the reigning champion, qualifying on the front row for the first time this season and hoping to capitalise on that. See if he can. He's had a terrible start to the season. Hopefully the bad luck does not continue here tonight. Their branch grid's up now. As everybody looks like they've gridded up almost. And we are pacing, so underway. Chris Cahill is going to be your man, taking them to the green here as they join the track now. This is the league's first ever visit to the Twin Ring Motegi, so no previous winners here, and you know one of these guys will love the fact that they would be the first ever winner here at Motegi in the Indy Elite Series.
Alright, I got this, Sam. Hold on a second.
Chris Cahill, first pole of the season. You see Joshua Chin there in second place. Bradley Walters currently in third, I believe. Having scoring is not updated, so I don't know. They made their way through 3 and 4, waiting for that pace car to make that hard left turn. And as Tony usually says, Grandpa, Papa Viagra, it's time to get it on at the Twin Ring Motegi. And we are under lap 1 of 150 here in the land of the rising sun. And Keho getting off to one hell of a start here already. Bradley Walters jumping up to second place already. Got a host of cars behind him. Here comes Chris Stouffer up to third place. Michael Peters is going to be starting in pit road, unfortunately. Late entrant into the race. Brandon Trost up to fourth, and Jonathan Joshua Chin, sorry, having a horrible start, already dropping to fourth place here, Connor. Alan Blocker up to fifth place, and Zach Campbell is sitting in sixth. It's already under pressure from Henry Bennett, Joe Branch, and I believe that is Michael. No, that's it. Tony's showing there as well. Sorry. Just moving to the inside of Branch and moves his way up the pecking order there. Now Christopher has the lead here. Would love to get a second win here in the season early on. Chris Cahill, you know, is not going to let it go easily as here comes Brandon Trost to the inside of Cahill. They're going to be 3 wide as they go into turn 3. Trost going to win the battle there. And they're going to be side by side as they come out of 4. Cahill going to lose out to Stouffer now. Bradley Walters in 4th for Joshua Chin. Still falling backwards as he's under pressure from. That is Adam Blocker there. Right behind him is Zach Campbell and Henry Bennett. Joe Branch is right there in 9th, and Andreas Eek just rounds out your top 10. Tony Sherwin falling back a few spots there. The Brandon Trost your leader, Stouffer in 2nd. Cahill just holding on to 3rd there as Walters once by, moves to the inside. Not going to get the running once, or does he? They're side by side as they come out of turn 2. Walters taking the low line, Cahill taking the high line, and Walters up to 3rd place. Here comes Campbell now, and Cahill starting to fall backwards now as look at the gaggle of cars behind them. Take a look at Andreas Eek there, under pressure as there goes Chad Simpson, and Joshua Chin still falling backwards here. the action unfolding early here. As they're 3 wide as they come down towards turn 1. Looks like Adam Dock had to back out of it, but here comes Jonathan Goke all the way up to the inside there. Goke already up to P12 after starting at the back of the field. Moves to the inside of Adam Dock now, moves his way up to P11 now, I believe that's P12. Well, back at the front, Christopher has moved his way back to the front as Trost is trying to get by him again, moves to the inside, takes a look to the inside, here comes the dive bomb maybe, no! Stouffer fends him off. Oh, as he gets into the wall in the background there. So now that aero push is real around here. I have raced in these cars around this track. I know exactly how that aero push feels, and Eek must have nearly changed the flavour of his fire suit there as he came out of turn 4. Got the Jonathan Goke right in front of him. Did fall a spot away as here comes Adam Dock to the inside of Joe Branch now. Gonna fall away a bit as here comes Goke again. Meanwhile, back at the front, Joshua Chin.
Working on it inside.
Yep. There is Chin. Had a horrible start. Starting in second. It's already back to P9. Here comes Joe Branch now. Trying to take a look on the inside there. Not going to make it work. They're currently working on the back of Chad Simpson, sorry. Oh, we've got someone almost going off there. That looked like Ray Kingsbury in the background there. Manages to collect it up. He falls away from the field. He's right behind Riley Thompson, who's right there in the number 58. Back at the front though, Christopher under pressure from Zach Campbell. Campbell to the inside now. And we're going to have another new leader here. Zach Campbell is your leader as Trost is around. Brandon Trost is around. And that's going to bring out caution number 1 here.
Go back and take a look and see what happened there.
Yep. Trost coming out of turn 4. Just lost the back end of the car. Luckily, everybody doing an amazing job to stay on the outside of the track to avoid him. Trost lucky to live to fight another day here. As he rejoins the race. Noel McBride not taking the green here. Christian Alesho 8 laps down already, so not sure what's going on with him. As they're all bringing the pit side, Connor.
Yes.
We've got it on the pit camera there. Nobody's stayed out, I don't think. I think Michael Peters is probably going to stay out for a wave around, and I believe that's him now coming up behind the pace car, and it is. As they're all hitting their pit boxes now. And Raul Alvarez staying out for a wave around too. As Zach Campbell going to win the race off pit road. Chris Stouffer going to come off second along with Adam Blocker, and a whole gaggle of cars behind them. This is a huge field here tonight. So, Zach Campbell going to be your winner off pit road. Chris Stouffer off second. Adam Blocker third. Chris Cahill, after starting on pole, he is in 4th. 5th now is Simon Bryant. No, not sure where he came from. He's had a pretty decent start so far. Chad Simpson, a good start for him too. Henry Bennett in 7th. Bradley Walters dropping to 8th. Joshua Chin after starting 2nd. Already down to 9th. And Jonathan Goke, after starting at the back of the field, is already up to the top 10 here, Connor.
I had a feeling he was starting in the back and making his way up to the front pretty quick.
Absolutely, as you see him right there behind the reigning champion. Joe Branch falling out of the top 10 for the first time tonight. He is just ahead of Andreas Eek. Let's go to Brandon Trost there. He is all the way back in P24 now. after that spin that brought out caution number 1 here. We are on lap 14 here of 150. Be interested to see how Trost can recover from this. As he will be right behind Logan Simmons. So we're going to see if the pace car comes, the lights go off this time round. As I already mentioned, Michael Peters and Raul Alvarez are going to be looking to get the wave around here. There is Peters at the front of the queue. 1 lap down. Raul Alvarez 2 laps down. Christian Alesio is in pit road. He has got a wrecked car, so big problems there for the man in the 17 already out of this event. It looks like Raul Alvarez is going to take a pit side here. The lights do go off on the pace car. Michael Peters will be on the lead lap for the first time here tonight. Late starter started from pit road, already 1 lap down when he came out of pit road. So look, good to see him on the lead lap for the first time here tonight. Zach Campbell going to bring him back to the green. It's single file restarts here. That is the MO of the league. Proper IndyCar restarts. They do everything by the book when it comes to IndyCar. Zach Campbell from Georgia, sweet Georgia. I'm going to say hello to everybody in the chat here. N1 Gaming. Brandon Trost, good to see you in the chat before the race started, and Sports Pro Kaysen, good to see you in the chat. Hello to you too. As we're about to go back to green here, pace car will be making that hard left turn. Everybody taking that, straddling against the outside wall to stop people making outside passes. As we're back on the green here on lap 16 of 150. Zach Campbell off to a great start, but here comes Adam Blocker to the inside of Chris Stouffer. And Adam Blocker up to second place already. Chris Cahill under pressure from Simon Bryant. You see Bryant right there, already over the tail as Cahill goes defensive. Bryant to the inside. Has to do the crossover here. Not going to make it work though, not close enough. Let's go back to a man we've not mentioned much here tonight, Austin Espartee. Currently sitting back in P15. He's right behind Tony Schoen there, who's running that classic Hesketh scheme. Good to see the blue and red stripes on that white car. There is Espartee there, just ahead of Richard Holt. John Downing back there as well. Liam Quinn back there in his familiar dark blue and white car. But that's Indigo, not really sure. Meanwhile, back in the front, Adam Blocker trying to close the gap on Zach Campbell. Actually going to make a move to the inside as they go into turn 3. And just like that, it made it look that easy. Adam Blocker to the point now. As they're going to be 3 wide for 4th, are they? That's Chad Simpson trying to go for the middle here. And I'm not sure if you've raced around Motegi before, Connor, but how scary would it feel if you did a 3 wide move like that in these cars?
I'm doing a couple practice laps here. I think it would be pretty scary. I'm not really that big of a fan of the track.
Well, it looks scary from our point of view. It's, oh! We've got a big crash here in the background!
Go hard in the wall.
And that looked like Bradley Walters in that. Joshua Chin's in it again! More bad luck there for the one. Let's go back and see that. Let's and analyse that. It looks like Bradley Walters hit the wall on the outside. Take a look at it from Walter's point of view. Yeah, it just ran too far wide, hit the wall. Jonathan Goke went with him, hit the wall hard. So did Joshua Chin. Not sure what Joshua Chin did there because he wasn't really in it. Oh, he lost it all on his own. So 3 of the big hitters taken out straight away there, Connor.
Yeah, that's tough for Joshua Chin, Jonathan Goke there.
Yeah. Chin might be able to rescue that, but he did hit the wall pretty hard. Goke is staying out with an extremely damaged car. I'm pretty sure there's a meatball on that car right now. Yeah, big hit there for those 3 drivers. Bradley Walters, another bad situation for him. He will be out of this race. Joshua Chin already put it on the hauler, is he? No, he's going to come in now. And he's out of the car. He's out of the race, Connor. So, Bradley Walters, Joshua Chin, and I believe Jonathan Goke will be out of this thing once he brings it pit side, because he hit the wall the hardest out of the 3 of them.
I don't see him. Oh, there we go. Let's say I don't see him out on the track. There he is.
Yeah, he's got no front.
Car is torn up.
Yeah. As now he decides to bring
down pit road.
Yeah. Wow, wow, wow. What a start to this race we've seen already. And we're waiting to see what the verdict here is for Jonathan Goke. He's out of the car. His race is over. Jonathan Goke retiring early here from the race at Motegi. Big disaster for 3 other big hitters in the league. Bradley Walters out of this race. Joshua Chin, for the 3rd time in a row, out of this race. His title defense is going horridly right now. He is out of this race so far, and now Jonathan Goke is out as well. So it kind of makes it easier for the other guys in the league, in the field here tonight. Adam Blocker looking for his 2nd win on a bounce. He's already up to 2nd place. Zach Campbell managing to get by just before the caution came out. Chris Stouffer, winner at Homestead. He's looking for win number 2 here tonight. He is in 3rd. Chad Simpson in 4th. Simon Bryant in 5th. Chris Cahoe, pole sitter, he's in 6th. Henry Bennett holding on to that 7th very well. Joe Branch back in the top 10. He's in 8th. 9th is Adam Dock, and rounding out the top 10 is Andreas Eek. We're going to step away for a very quick commercial break. We'll be right back as we hear from the sponsors of the Triple Crown Challenge, Red Line Ace. We'll be right back.
and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing
race lead to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit press.
Saved it.
What a save.
Look to the outside as Bronte goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though.
Slide left of the racetrack. Chris Venner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact. He's going to try and make the move around the upset the Parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cutback here. Get the run out the Parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schumacher, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
And you rejoin us live here at Motegi. This is the Armed Forces 225 at the land of the rising sun. We're waiting for them to go back green again. The pace car is about to make that hard left turn into pit road. Sorry, I can't speak, I promise. As you see the guys out on the wall again, trying to prevent the outside passes from happening. Zach Campbell going to bring him back to the green here. What can Adam Blocker here do to get by him again? He already did it once on the last restart. Can he do it again as we're back on the green? Yeah, we're back on the green again.
Campbell with a huge lead in the one.
Question is, with a jump like that, will he be able to stay out in front? We know what Blocker, once he gets the draft, he'll try and get back in front as he's already got... Yeah, gets the pass on the outside, and Zach Campbell going to fight back into turn 3. The side by side. And Blocker almost hitting the wall. Here comes Chris Stouffer as well.
Well, he's got clear now. And a Blocker to lead.
Yeah, Blocker back to the front here. These three know how to get it done. Zach Campbell not had the
Zach Campbell played outside and inside again.
Yeah. Zach Campbell not had the pleasure of being on victory lane so far this season. There comes Simon Bryant joining this little party, bringing Chad Simpson, Chris Cahill, Henry Bennett, Joe Branch and Adam Dock with him. So this gap... Under caution again, you are right, as that, I believe, is Dakota DiCenzo. It is, flipping down the start-finish straight. Let's take a look at what happened to him. And got into it with Logan Simmons. Oh, that is a big hit. A huge hit for Dakota DiCenzo.
Looks like Riley Thompson also got caught up in that too.
Let's take a look at Riley Thompson just to see if he was caught up in that. I believe he does have a slight bit of wing damage. Logan Simmons has got some huge rear wing damage in that Marlboro number 75. And Logan Simmons is another guy that just can't catch a break this season. Has had some decent runs, sorry. Always seems to get caught up in other people's dumpster fires, as Tony would say. But Zach Campbell back to the front after being passed by Dan Blocker on that restart. There seems to be a growing trend already between these two. Zach Campbell gets a good restart and Adam Blocker just takes it away from him, only for Zach Campbell to get it back just before a caution comes out. I'm hoping we get a good decent green flag run soon. We did have a good start. We got 14 laps in before the first caution came out. As we got some takers down pit road here, Connor. Andres Eek. Oh! Eek was going too early into his pit box there. Didn't really want to see that happening. There's Liam Quinn. Brandon Trost is coming down as well, it looks like. John Downing there, just coming out of pit road as well. Just behind him there is Riley Thompson. I believe he's been in for a new front wing. Ray Kingsbury right there. Dan Lee Ench is right there as well. And you see the stricken cars of Bradley Walters and Joshua Chin still sitting on pit road there.
Now, I know this is kind of off topic here, but it kind of goes with the fact that we're at Twin Ring Motegi tonight. With the new series partner with IndyCar being NTT and that being a Japanese company, could we see real-life IndyCars somehow make a return to Motegi?
Maybe. Depends on how much of an influence on the series NTT have. I mean, they're planning on going back to Australia in 2020, so... anything's possible. It depends on how often Motegi is used. I mean, the oval, I don't think gets used that often, to be fair. So it's the road course that gets used the most.
True that.
It depends on what state the oval's in, because they don't use it as often as they would the road course. But it'd be good to see them back over there. I mean, I'd say see them back over there. I mean, last time anything American was over there was the Champ Car Series back in 2002, I believe. So, long time ago now. Oh no, I am wrong. The IndyCar Series has been there because last time we were there, Danica Patrick won. So,
over field mileage over Scott Dixon, I believe.
Yeah. So, the IndyCar Series has been there in the IRO 5, was it? Yeah. Still back in the late 2000s, so it was still a long time ago.
The last time they ran at Motegi was 2011. That was on the road course.
Still not the same. Not the same as the oval.
No. The last oval race was...
I thought it was when Danica won.
2008.
Yeah, that's when Danica won.
No, actually, I think it was 2010.
Oh, wow, okay. Imagine if these guys went to a proper Japanese road course like Fuji or Suzuka, though.
That's if we ever get Fuji's I race, which would be pretty cool.
Well, we got the newest. We got another Japanese track in Tsukuba recently, so Fuji might be an option in the future. You never know. Anyway, lights are off on the pace car. Connor, why don't you have a go at getting us going this time? If you feel up to it. Or not. So, Zach Campbell is going to be your leader here. Adam Blocker second, Chris Stouffer third, Simon Bryant fourth, Chad Simpson in the top five, Chris Cahoe sixth, seventh is Henry Bennett, eighth is Road Branch, ninth is Adam Dark, and up to the top 10 on his first race of the season, Austin Espity in the 77 is in 10th place. We're going to see them go back to green now. The pace car is taking that low line towards pit road. Everybody up to that outside wall. Let's see if Chris Stouffer has got anything for these two guys up at the front, because they keep trading places every time we go green. There goes the pace car. And we're back on the green again. A bit of a slower restart as here comes Simon Bryant to the back of Chris Stouffer. Bryant's been very feisty here tonight.
And here goes Adam Blocker again on the outside. Are they going to make it 3 wide?
No, Stouffer not going to be there. Bryant nearly made it. Stouffer going to come up the track and fend off Simon Bryant. A bit further back, Adam Dark has fallen in behind Austin Espity, who's now up to 9th place and now chasing down Henry Bennett. And Adam Blocker does move to the front now. Look at Simon Bryant, so desperate to find a way past, and there goes Campbell again. Wow. I just noticed a flash of pink in the background. That man Brandon Trost is marching through the field as well, again, as he's just passed Andres Eek for 15th. So he's back in the top 15 already and is chasing down Liam Quinn right now. So good to see him making runs for the field, as Zach Campbell still trying to fend off Adam Blocker, as Blocker desperate to try and get around him. Here he goes to the inside again. And the caution's out again. Logan Simmons in it again. And that Michael Peters and Danny Ench. Go back and see what happened here. Oh, Simmons lost the back end and collected Michael Peters. Ench was actually able to woe it down and avoid that. Still managed to get a bit of wing damage for his troubles, but Logan Simmons just lost the back end of the car and Michael Peters just had nowhere to go. So I wonder if that is going to do it for Michael Peters. He did hit him pretty hard. not had anybody come into TeamSpeak yet for an interview, so nothing as yet when it comes to drivers' outlooks on how the race is going. Still watching Michael Peters there, just circulating around the track. I think he's going to get the inevitable "too much damage, we're done" message when he does make it down pit road. Yeah, and while they're doing that, we're going to head away for another quick commercial break. We'll be right back with some more racing action. Do not go anywhere.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And we are back here at Motegi. Again, this is the Armed Forces 225. Brought to you by ESPN, the Esports Broadcasting Network. We're just seeing Logan Simmons in the background, just coming out of pit road. Bit of a shake-up after the pit stops. Everybody except for Liam Quinn, Brandon Trost, Andrews Eek, and Ray Kingsbury bringing it down pit side. So, we are going to have a new name bringing us back to the green here. Liam Quinn, 10 laps on his tyres. Going to be at the front here when we do take the green again. I believe the lights have just gone off on the pace car. And they have. So, point at the point, Brandon Trost back up to second place to see what he can do now. He's back up there, albeit on old tyres. Andreas Eek is there. Ray Kingsbury currently sitting there in fourth. Watch that man behind him, Zach Campbell. He's going to be looking to make easy work of these guys in front of him on those fresh tyres. As they come through 3 and 4, they're going to jump up to that outside wall. Or are they? No, they're not, as Liam Quinn leaves the outside line open. As we're back on the green again, gets on the loud pedal very quickly. After the pace car goes in, we're back under green again on lap 40 of 150. The lead Quinn brings it to the green. Brandon Trost already under pressure from Andreas Eek here. Ray Kingsbury under huge pressure from Zach Campbell. Yeah. And Trost up to the point now. He's going to get a bonus point for leading that lap. But here comes Zach Campbell to the outside of Ray Kingsbury. And Campbell gets blocked there by Kingsbury. Kingsbury going to stay on the outside as Campbell now going to take the inside line and take that position away from the man in 25. The Trost up to second. Eek into second. Lee Quinn has fallen back to third. But here comes Quinn again. Try and see if he can take the position away. No, he can't. But here comes Campbell. Blocker up to fifth now as well. As here comes Chris Stover to the inside of Adam Blocker now. Not going to make it work as here comes Simon Bryant as well. Kingsbury falling backwards very quickly as the corners come on to him. Not sure if staying out was a good idea, but Trost, Eek and Quinn able to hold on very well in 1, 2 and 3. But no, just as I say that, Zach Campbell moves up to third place. Makes easy work of the man that brought him back to the green. Sorry?
Logan Simmons has retired, by the way.
Yeah. Unfortunate now. Michael Peters is out as well. Dakota DiCenzo is out.
3 wide for the lead S. Yeah, Campbell tries to go 3 wide.
Yeah, and Campbell going to be the winner out of that. He's going to try and capitalise on that, and he's trying to move to the inside of Trost. Not going to make it work. Here comes Adam Blocker to the inside of Andreas Eek, and moves up to third place. And it's pretty much confirmed now as Trost going to defend from Blocker here. Completely ruins his momentum there. Trost going to run out wide though, almost hit the wall. Here comes Blocker again to the inside. Is he going to try and move on Zach Campbell as well? No, he's not. He's going to try and get Trost first. Trost defending very, very aggressively here, but he hasn't got the tyres to stay there with him. Has to fall back in for third place. And here comes Adam Blocker.
Just can't get it.
That outside line not working at the moment.
And he tries the inside now around Campbell.
Yep.
And he's got it. He's away.
Yep. Blocker back to the front now. Campbell has to fall backwards in line. Can he get the run to get back ahead again? Now he goes to the inside. Gets the position away again. As we're looking back there, Simon Bryant still trying to find a way past Andreas Eek here. Not able to do it so far. He's losing the leaders, so he doesn't want to see that happen. Being stuck behind the guy on old tyres, but Eek doing a great job to staying ahead. But Zach Campbell back to the front again. Here comes Adam Blocker now. Going to have another run going into turn 3. And Blocker back to the front. Trost still holding on to third place amazingly. And updating Ray Kingsbury, he's fallen all the way back to P40. Under pressure from Henry Bennett. And Bennett just sails on by. Meanwhile, back at the front, and this battle still going on between Blocker and Campbell. Campbell back to the front again. Blocker needs to be careful. Nearly got caught by Trost and Stouffer then. But it's all going on. A bit further back, we've got Chad Simpson making a move on Liam Quinn now. That's 3 wide as it goes through turn 1. Here comes Joe Branch as well. Quinn going to lose that one. As Chad Simpson now up to P7. Here comes Joe Branch now to the inside of Simpson. Branch to the inside, they're side by side as they go through 1 and 2. And Branch gets the position away. Joe Branch up to 7th place now. Meanwhile, a bit further ahead, Chris Stouffer's finally made a move. He's making a move. He's got past Zach Campbell. Now going to move to the inside of Adam Blocker. And Christopher is your new leader as they cross the line here. We are 1/3 distance in this race already. And Zach Campbell going to capitalise the move to the inside of Adam Block here as they come out of turn 2. And still side by side. Drag race to turn 3. Blocker looks like he's got the nose out front. Here comes Campbell getting a better run on that inside line. I'm seeing all kinds of action everywhere. As Simon Bryant has finally moved his way up through the field. He's finally got around Andrew Sieg. Now he needs to work on the outside of Brandon Trost. Not going to make it work, as even on old tyres, Trost able to hold on, but for how long? Here comes Simon Bryant, a brilliant pass on the outside there for the man in the 22. And Blocker now back to the front here, as here comes Stouffer back to the point as well. These three guys just trading places all the time here, Connor. And now Bryant joins the party. Oh, Bryant close to the wall there as he come out of turn 4. Have we lost Stanley Ench? No, we haven't. Ench running all by himself there at the back of the field. Austin Espartine falling back to 13th. Look at the battle he's got with Chris Cahill, though. The pole sitter falling all the way back out of the top 10. As Liam Quinn still falling backwards here. And we will go back to the lead battle in a minute, but we're seeing all kinds of action in the midfield as well, as there is Tony Sherwin under pressure from Liam Quinn. There is Sherwin.
And we're going to cost us him.
And another caution is out, and that is Richard Holt in trouble. Doesn't look like he's hit anything, so let's take a look at that. As so the car's starting to get unsettled there. Did spin around, did not hit anything, thankfully. That was just enough to bring out the caution. As oh, Alvarez almost gets him. Another caution here. So look at Tony showing here. Not sure what's going on there, but never mind. Anyway, we are back under caution again.
As everybody's bringing it on pit road.
Yeah. Christopher there, leading the guys back onto pit road here. Let's take a look at the pit road camera. You still see the stricken cars of Joshua Chin and Bradley Walters at the front there. Unfortunate to see them there. Chris Cahill going to be the man bringing it into point, but just as he hits his box, look at the gaggle of cars coming down the pit road. That's, I believe, Simon Bryant might have won the race off pit road here.
That was still for one battle off pit road.
Oh wow, that was close though. Simon Bryant only just beaten out of pit road there. That was very, very close. So, 1/3 in, Connor. How are you feeling about the race so far?
I think it's been amazing. The amount of lead changes and everything. I think it's been an amazing race.
Absolutely. Been a great start to the race so far. We've had a few cautions, but nothing too serious. Take a look at Simon Bryant's lap times. His fastest lap was a 26.346. Obviously, the previous lap was a 1:15.701, but that's because they were pacing. It's pit lane last stop was a 6.7. Pit lane time 33.9. That is because it was only just slower than Chris Stouffer. How long was Stouffer in pit road for? Let's take a look.
And I'll be right back, Sam.
Okay. Pit lane time for Chris Stouffer 34.6. Simon Bryant was slightly faster. Stop of the night for Bryant though, 6.7 seconds in his box. Chad Simpson 6.6 in his box, so he gets the stop of the night, I think. Anyway, that is your leader there, Chris Stouffer. I apologise for the quietness. Just finished work. I'm just getting a bit tired now, so. We thought Raul Alvarez was going to stay out for a wave round. That clearly was not the case here, as he took his pit side. Chris Stouffer going to lead him back to the green here. Adam Blocker's got it all to do here. Falling back to third place. He's got Simon Bryant and Chris Stouffer to deal with. That Campbell has fallen all the way back to P4. And Brandon Trost is got to be the biggest winner out of all that, Connor. He managed to get that caution. He's back up in the top 5 again. So he was the biggest winner out of everybody there.
Yeah, definitely. After spinning early on in a race and being up in the top 5 right now, he's definitely has a pace to win.
Yeah, he had that last week, but had it cruelly taken away from him. Hopefully he can reverse that tonight.
One person that's having a rough night right now is Austin Escady. He's sitting in position 12 right now. Started 15th on the grid. Been working his way up to 10. And just keeps falling back every restart.
Yep, speaking of restarts, we're about to go back to green here again as the pace car looking to make that entrance into pit road. You see Simon Bryant already right on the tail of Chris Stouffer as they go through 3 and 4. Let's see if Bryant has anything. Yep, Stouffer getting a good jump there. Blocker already almost onto the back of Simon Bryant there as they make their way towards turn 1. Bryant going to have the inside line. Blocker has to do it the hard way. And doesn't quite get it this time, as now Bryant going to try and make the move on Chris Stouffer. Going towards turn 3, drag race towards the turn.
Joe Branch in the 28 car around Ample.
Yeah.
He's trying to take the position away.
They're side by side as they come out of turn 4. It's a battle for 4th place here. As they both got the jump on Brandon Trost.
Good restart here for Bill Bryant.
Yeah, Bryant now to the point now.
Now we're 3 wide. In the middle goes Brandon Trost. And he takes the position away. We're 5th.
Yeah, and that's what we've been seeing from Brandon Trost so far this season. Not afraid to make those kind of moves. Definitely made it pay. Made it pay this time as he gets himself back up to 4th place now. Simon Bryant does have the clear on Chris Stouffer now. Has the point. Can Stouffer respond here as he dives to the inside now? Bryant has no choice but to stick to the outside there. Luckily, Adam Blocker's a bit too far back to try and make a move as well. As Bryant going to try and stick it out on the outside as Eek almost gets into KO in the background there. And Bryant back to the point after making a huge outside pass there. Blocker goes with him. And Stouffer back to 3rd. Here comes Adam Blocker now. Going to try and make his way back to the point here. Every time they slow down for turn 3 and 4, I keep thinking we're going for a caution, but we're not. Anyway. Let's go from the front to driver we've not spoke of tonight, Andrew Wood. Currently sitting in the midfield there. He's in P16 out of the 21 drivers still running. And we'll go through the list of drivers that are already out of this race, and it's a pretty hefty list, I will say that now. As Simon Bright moves his way back to the point again. Zach Campbell, after a good early run, not really having the run he wants this time round. Currently mired back there in P5. Brandon Trost up to 4th, and he's chasing down this top 3 now, Connor. Almost got him. A Stouffer now back to the point again. Here comes Adam Blocker once again. And takes it with the lead one more time.
They caught the leaders, they're saying.
Yep. And Brandon Trost has caught the leaders. Here comes Zach Campbell as well. Zach Campbell going to try and make a move to the inside of Trost. Oh, that was very close as they went through 3 and 4. And look at the back.
Out of Chris. She's got the vision now. And now we got 3 wide battle for second. Ooh.
Almost 4 wide there. Oh, wow. I know 3 wide kind of works here, but 4 wide is just ludicrous. As this pack all bunched together right now. Brandon Trost has just been passed by Adam Dock. You see Chad Simpson there battling out with Joe Branch and Tony Schoen. Austin Espetti is right there again in the top 10. He's chasing down the 31 of Schoen. Very interesting battles going on here. We're seeing the top 3 just switching places every now and again. Well, almost every lap actually. Stouffer going to try the outside and Blocker here. Schoen having a bit of having to chase it up the track a little bit as he's battling it out with Joe Branch back there. Branch got the inside line, Schoen got the outside line. They're going to be a big drag race towards turn 3 here between those two. Schoen a great pass on the outside there of the 28. Great move there by the man in the 31, Hasker throwback. As Adam Blocker still holding on to the lead here. Stouffer and Brighton just have nothing for him right now. As he's forcing them to try and make that outside pass here. Brighton closing in on the back of Stouffer, but not able to do anything about it at the moment. Further back. Tony Schoen there. Just stuck on the outside as Dock is in the wall. Big hit into the wall for Adam Dock. And let's go back and see what happened there.
Looks like he just lost out of 4.
That's exactly what he did, and just slammed the inside wall. That is going to be the end of his race here tonight, unfortunately. As he's going to have some severe suspension damage from that. So we are under caution once again here. Big hit for Adam Dock. As he was having a good run here, but unfortunately came to a shuddering halt after losing the back end after coming out of turn 4. And you've got to assume that he's going to be jumping out of the car once he hits his pit stall, because as he drives straight through pit road, not sure what the issue is there. You can see he's got suspension damage. That left front is sticking up on the ground very highly.
On your screen, does it look like his tires are not even touching the asphalt?
The left front is up in the air. Yeah, the left front is up. He can't even turn the car left. That's why he is... That's how you can tell he's got suspension damage. You can't barely turn the car. The left front is in the air. As everybody else taking the pit side, Ray Kingsbury actually winning the race off pit road. That's strange. Ray Kingsbury didn't even get into his pit box, so not sure what's going on there. As Adam Dark, yeah, that's confirmed it. His night is done. He's already out of the car here. So Ray Kingsbury not able to get into his pit box. That means he's got to go around again and go back into pit road. As Raul Alvarez stays out to try and get another lap back.
I'll be right back, Steve.
Okay. Mark Connor stepping away. We're going to step away as well. We're going to have a quick break. We'll be right back in just a couple of moments as we hear from Triple Crown sponsors Redline Ace one more time. We're back live here for the Armed Forces 225 at Motegi. About to take it back green again. Adam Blocker has control of the field here this time. Let's see what he can do at this juncture. But out of turn 4, Adam Blocker taking a very deep line.
Oh, this play out for him. I don't think it's going to play out very good. Oh, it's the field stacked up behind him.
Yeah.
They checked up by the field.
Not sure what was going on there. Brian having a horrible restart, and Stouffer going to jump immediately to the inside, and Zach Campbell going to follow him through. Brian having a horrid restart there as he... Campbell
didn't die.
Zach Campbell, yeah.
not to take the corner.
The blocker getting the restart he wanted. Stouffer up to second. Here comes Bryant now. Finally recollected himself. He's going to move it to...
Right on the bottom corner to 1-2.
Yeah. That's Trost, SPT and Branch there. Trost to the inside of Branch as they come out of turn 2. Down the backstretch.
Just can't get the position as he's got it now.
Yeah. Now going to work on the back of Tony Showen here. I think it was Branch again, back to the inside. Meanwhile, back in the front, Stouffer has caught blocker. Going to move to the inside now. And these two can resume hostilities. They've been battling all night long here. As Zach Campbell still battling out with Simon Bryant. Zach Campbell almost losing the back end. Has to back out, and here comes Tony Showen now. And now Zach Campbell under attack from the guys behind him. That's Showen and Trost there in the screen. Now I'm going to take a look. No, he's not. But Brandon Trost is. Here comes Trost to the inside of Showen. Not going to make the move stick here.
Another driver that's having a good day right now is number 58 of Riley Thompson. He started 21st, up to 14th right now for that restart.
Yeah, Riley Thompson right there as well. He's working on the back of Andrew Wood right now. He's got John Downing just to his rear there. You see the man there. He's already seen one of his teammates go by the wayside. That was Bradley Walters earlier on in the race. His other teammate, Simon Bryant, is now back up to second place. He's trying to work on the outside of Adam Blocker here. As they're going to take it 3 wide for the lead here. Not going to work out for Stouffer there, as there goes Bryant to the outside of Blocker again. And look at the battle, you see it behind him. That is Zach Campbell there, having one hell of a fight there with Tony Showen and Brandon Trost. Behind them, Joe Branch is fending off Austin Espity. Chad Simpson just a little bit back there. And Henry Bennett up to the top 10 again now. But behind them, Chris Cahill is having to fend off from Liam Quinn, Riley Thompson, Andrew Wood, John Downing there, as we've already mentioned, Richard Holt there. Andrew Seek has fallen all the way back to P17. Not sure what's happened to him. Ray Kingsbury back there in P18. Dan Ench is back there in 19th. And Raul Alvarez still 2 laps down. Last car running is back in P20. And I was going to mention about the attrition rate here tonight. The drivers already out of this race: Adam Dock, Logan Simmons, Michael Peters, Dakota DiCenzo, Jonathan Goat, Joshua Chin, Bradley Walters, and Christian Alesho. A lot of drivers out of this race. We started with 28 drivers. We're down to 20 already.
Raul Alvarez still driving around 2 laps down, hoping to somehow possibly get his 2 laps back.
Every time he has the opportunity to do so, though, he takes the pit side, so... Not sure why he's doing that. Maybe he's just trying to stay out of trouble and pick up the positions as they come to him, but... He's back there in P20. Yeah, we do. As Simon Bryant going to move to the inside of Adam Blocker now. Bryant up to the point again as... Oh!
Oh, wreck!
And that is Tony Showen into the wall. That's going to bring out another caution here. And we've seen that so many times here tonight. Someone losing control on the exit of turn 4 and just pummeling their car on the pit wall. Sorry.
Could it possibly be like arrow push coming out of 3 and 4 that just getting them sideways going up the corner?
Not sure, but here it is. The back end just stepped out and Tony Showen straight into the wall there. And unfortunately, I believe that is going to do it for Tony Showen's night as well. We're going to be down to 19 drivers here at Motegi.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's what it is. If you go on board and you look in this roll bar cam, going into 3 and 4, he's got to turn left, and all of a sudden as soon as he gets off the board, it just snaps and goes straight to the wall.
Let's take a look at a cockpit view of Tony showing when that incident happened. Well, we're on board with Tony showing now. You see him there in P5. The back end just stepped away and into the wall he goes. Big hit for the man in the 31, and that is going to do it for his night here tonight. Still towing though. But anyway, back to the front. Simon Brighton has the lead. We're going to step away for one more commercial break. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And we're back live here at Motegi. Andrew Wood is your new leader here. Opted to stay out. Not sure if that's the right thing to do. We saw what happened the last time some guys stayed out. It worked for some, but if your name is Ray Kingsbury, it didn't work out for you at all.
Not only does American run on Duncan, so does Andrew Wood.
Yep. Running the Dunkin' Donuts number 32. Donuts are the greatest food ever made. I will just go on record and say that. Anyway, Wood going to bring them back to green here. I'm not sure if the lights are off on the pace car. I don't think it is yet. Oh, they are. So we will be going back to green here. Watch for the man in the 22 right there. As Simon Bryant, he had a horrible restart last time. Let's see if he can get a better one this time round. And during the commercial break, we did have confirmation that Tony Schoen is out of the race. So unfortunate for that man in the 31. Had a good run going, but unfortunately the back end stepped out again, just like it did with everybody else here tonight. But back to the present, and Andrew Wood going to bring him back to the green here. Going to be interested to see how long they can hold off the guys behind them, because they are on fresh tyres. Pace car's in, and Andrew Wood brings us back to the green again. And already Zach Campbell going to try and move to the inside of Simon Bryan here. And Zach Campbell going to take away third place. Bryant asleep at the switch again.
We have a new leader.
Yep, that's Andreas Eek now back to... He's at the front. He's going to get a bonus point for leading lap if he can make it to the line in front of Andrew Wood. And he does. By 66 thousandths of a second. Here comes Zach Campbell now, though. And he's bringing some very fast drivers with him.
Was 4 wide.
Yeah.
Almost 4 wide.
He's got, oh, there was contact between Bryant and Trost then. Luckily, no one got any damage from that. Yeah, and Zach Campbell to the point now. Adam Blocker up to second. Chris Stouffer now up to third. And Eek and Wood starting to fall backwards very quickly now. And you've got to say the biggest loser from all of that was Simon Bryant. Oh, it's taken Stouffer! Stouffer! Trost and Eek in that. And it looks like Chad Simpson in that as well. Wow. Go back and see what happened there. You see Trost moving to the inside of Eek. Gets the dive in on Stouffer. Contact between Stouffer and Trost. Eek involved in that as well, as Trost gets punted out of the arena. Chad Simpson in that as well, but he only comes away with wing damage, I believe. Let's take another look at that. As he was involved in an incident all to himself, got a wheel on the apron to avoid it. Well, a bit too much, and yeah, only slight damage there for Chad Simpson. He got off lucky. But another 3 big drivers taking it behind the wall here, Connor. Another big incident there involving 3 very, very talented drivers.
That's unfortunate for Brennan Trost. And Christopher and Andreas.
Yeah. So, with that, I believe Stouffer, Trost, and Eek, when he comes down pit road, are going to be out of this thing. Let's take a look at Eek there. And out of the car he goes. Chad Simpson comes in for a new front wing. He can carry on his merry way as normal. But that was a big, big crash there between those 3.
What a heartbreak for Chris Stouffer. Having a great run here tonight and has to retire after getting caught up in that last wreck.
Yeah, after winning at Homestead, his ability to finish a race has gone down quite predominantly. He's not had the luck he wanted here so far since winning that race. Same for Adam Dock. He's out of the race as well. Unfortunately, he's not had the luck he wanted after finishing second. Brandon Trost, another retirement there for the man in the 66. Led a lot of the laps at New Hampshire last week and unfortunately had to retire. This week he has just not had any luck whatsoever.
So Sam, since Stouffer and Trost are up, who's your top 3 pick to win? I'm
still going with Simon Bryant because he's been not been strong on the restarts, but once he gets going, he's able to mix it with the big boys, so to speak.
Have to go with either Zach Camper and a blocker tonight. Austin Espedy back up to 5th after that last wreck.
Yeah.
See if he might be able to pull something off.
And Henry Bennett up there as well in the 007.
Raleigh Thompson almost to the top 10.
Yeah, he's back there in P11, just behind the pole sitter Chris Cahill. And John Downing up there in P9 as well. Liam Quinn in the top 10. Joe Branch is right there as well. And Joe Branch, a regular visitor into the top 10 this season. Things go his way, he will be in the top 10 for the 3rd time in a row. As we go back to pit road, Trost is out. Christopher's already put it on the hauler. Andrew Seeker's out of the car as well. Just pit road is becoming the world's most expensive scrapyard right now.
As we only have 15 drivers left on the lead lap.
Yeah, and we still have Raul Alvarez still 2 laps down there. He just brought it to pit road there.
With a little over 50 laps to go.
Yep, 52 laps to go to be precise. As the lights are off on the pace car again, Zach Campbell now to the point. Lead them back to green. And very, very interesting race. It has to be said. So lights are off in the pace car. We're about to get it going again. Zach Campbell going to bring it back to green. The pace car takes that low line as it's about to enter pit road. Everybody up against that high wall again. Like I said earlier, to prevent the outside passes. You see Simon Bryant is angling towards that outside pass as Zach Campbell brings us back to green. And watch for Andrew Wood. He's going to be like a sitting duck now. 24 laps on those tyres. Austin Espedy almost immediately to the inside of the 32, and Austin Espedy up to 4th place now. Watch for him to be closer to these front runners as they come out of turn 2. Here comes Adam Blocker again, and Blocker to the point.
Takes the position away from Campbell.
Yep. They cross the line and we are 50 laps to go here at Motegi. Been a lot of cautions here tonight, but a lot of good racing all the same.
Here comes Campbell looking on the inside of the blocker again. He checks the position away at 3 and 4. Do it another lap.
Yep, as here comes Blocker again to the inside. And Simon Bryant just watching all this going on. Hoping he can find a way past sooner or later.
This has got to be what, like the 30th lead change of the night?
Something like that, yeah. As there goes Bryant to the inside of Blocker now. Not going to make it work. John Downing in the background under pressure from Liam Quinn and Chris Cahill. Doing some very good battling here. As Quinn moves to the inside of Downing, and Quinn moves up to P8 now. You see him right there in the 44. Here goes Downing back on. Chris Cahill right there. Riley Thompson right there as well. Chad Simpson is making his way back for the field, bringing Ray Kingsbury with him. Here comes Richard Holt to the inside of Kingsbury.
And Andreas Ike has put his car on a hauler and followed it on.
Yep, Andreas Eek is out That Campbell, interestingly, starting to pull away now. Don't see that very often, especially on a track like this. As now Blocker tries to close in. Simon Bryant almost runs him over. As Andrew Wood loses the back end. Is the latest victim of that turn 4.
Still green, no caution.
Yeah, he's got it going again.
Make it the pit road, or will Adams throw a yellow? I see it down on the apron. Let's see if he toasts the car.
Good move by Andrew Wood there to keep it below on the apron. As the drivers come out of turn 4, the battle's still going on for the lead here. Adam Blocker now to the point. Bryant going to try the outside pass on Zach Campbell here through 1 and 2. Not going to make it work here. Campbell going to hold on to the bottom line. Joe Branch up to 4th place now. Just had a little battle with Austin Espity, but Espity falling back into the clutches of Henry Bennett. And Andrew Wood has got it back to pit road almost. He's just coming through
3 and 4 right now.
Unfortunate for Wood there as Bryant now moves to the inside of Blocker. Bryant to the point now. Can he get it? Yes, he got the clear. Simon Bryant is your leader, but here comes Blocker again to the inside. And Joe Branch up to 3rd place now. Zach Campbell's starting to fade here a bit, Connor. I wonder if Zach Campbell's used to pull the good on his tyres because he's starting to fall backwards. Here comes Henry Bennett now.
Yeah, tire fall. Now without the patch rubber in it.
Yeah. Henry Bennett now to the inside of Campbell. Almost contact there between Campbell and Bennett. Bennett wants to get by. Back at the front though, Adam Blocker starting to pull away from Joe Branch now, who's up to 2nd place. It's just got the pass on Simon Bryant done there.
Joe Branch to the inside.
Yeah. Branch backs out of it, and here comes Simon Bryant again. Oh, and Liam Quinn loses the back end. Looks like Riley Thompson was in that as well. Oh, a big crash there for Riley Thompson. Oh my goodness me.
He just had nowhere to go. He tried to correct that. Yeah. There's nowhere to go for Riley Thompson.
No, not at all. And we are going to go on board with... I hope you've eaten your dinner. Well, I hope you've not susceptible to gyro moves, as we are going to go on the gyro cam with Riley Thompson, and there it goes. Oh. And this is what we like to call on ESPN, we like to call this the vomit cam. Wow. Definitely leaving unhealthy feeling in your stomach. But we're under caution once again. 113 laps in. Adam Blocker your leader. Simon Bryant in 2nd. Joe Branch in 3rd. Austin Espity in 4th. I'm not sure if, despite that spin, I'm not sure if Liam Quinn got any damage. And amazingly he didn't, so probably the luckiest man out there right now. Actually, there's no probability about it. He was definitely the luckiest man out there.
Looks like we have a little bit of cloud cover track now.
Yeah, clouds are out on the track. I'm not sure what the temperature is right now.
Track temp is 94 and partly cloudy with 64 degrees Fahrenheit.
Salver has stayed out again.
So that would be about 17 degrees Celsius if for any of the European.
Yeah. Might be right. So, under caution once again here. Adam Blocker is your leader. Simon Bryant in second. Joe Branch, what a run he had on that last green flag run. He's up to third. Henry Bennett up to fourth. Zach Campbell, it doesn't seem to get the long runs down at the moment. He's back there in P5. As we are going to reach out to one Mr. Brandon Trost. Brandon, another heartbreak here tonight. Just talk us through what happened there.
Well, you know, it was just it was a little bit of an incident between Stouffer and I. You know, I wasn't happy at first, and then I reviewed the replay and I talked to him, and I understand where he was coming from. You know, it was just an unfortunate situation. You know, we ended up talking about it, and you know, from what he was telling me, basically Blocker was next to him, and Stouffer had to back up the corner a lot because of that, and I just wasn't expecting that. Drove it in there like I was by myself, which I was at the time, and then I wasn't. Okay.
And unfortunately, Andreas Eatcorp in that as well. Have you had a chance to speak to him since the wreck as well, or?
I haven't spoke to him yet. You know, I talked to Stouffer about it. You know, I know he's not happy. I'm not happy. But I kind of feel like it was one of those situations where it just all came together at the wrong moment. But I understand why he's not happy as well.
Absolutely. And like I said, unfortunately, another heartbreak for yourself here tonight. Looking ahead to next week, we go to our first road course of the season at the Belle Isle circuit. What are your thoughts going to there next week?
To tell you the truth, I don't own the track yet. I may or may not run, just depends. You know, I've never been the greatest road course racer, and I got no experience there, so I might just sit that one out since we're probably out of the points race anyways and just going for wins from here.
Okay, Brandon, before I let you go, I know it's not been a very easy night for you tonight. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to before we let you go?
You know, everybody I used to work with over at Velociraptor, TBD, everybody at Fast Daddy, you know, it was all fun times. Working by myself now is a little bit different, but, you know, it's still fun.
Absolutely. Well, Brandon, sorry about your bad luck again tonight. Hopefully you can pick it up again. And hopefully we'll see you next week when we go to Belle Isle in the city of Detroit.
Well, thanks, Will, and hopefully you'll be broadcasting. We'll get to hear your awesome broadcast if I'm not.
Okay. See you next week.
See you.
As that was fortunate retiree Mr. Brandon Trost. Did not sound happy at all there, Connor.
No, he did not. My heart goes out to him. He's a good racer. I've raced with him in the past. Hopefully he can make Belle Isle and doesn't just try to go for wins, because I have a feeling that if he does become consistent here in the next couple of races, he might have a chance.
Yep, as we're about to go back on the green here, the pace car is off. As there we go, back on the green once again. Simon Bryant gets it all right this time. Branch gets it even better though, and is already on the back of Simon Bryant. Here comes Zach Campbell to the inside of Henry Bennett as they go through 1 and 2 once again. Question is, will they catch up to the back of Adam Blocker?
Ashby not having a good restart. He's going way back.
Yep, it's fallen all the way back to P7 now. And just been passed by Chris Cahill. And Chad Simpson going to be the next one to try and attack. But here comes John Downing to the inside of Cahill. Downing having one hell of a run here tonight.
He's having a bad restart.
Yeah. But Esperty finally gets the car underneath him. He's set sail in search of that 007. And yet we do have another wreck. That is John Downing in trouble. I did say he was having such a good run, and it's all come undone for him here. Take another look at that. Oh, Quinn got into the back of him. And that looks like Chad Simpson got into it in a big way as well. Wow, that was a very scary incident, especially for Chad Simpson. Take another look at that. Chad Simpson flying upside down into the outside of the track. That is scary, Connor.
Yes, it is.
Wow. So John Downing is out. Chad Simpson is out. Liam Quinn, how he's able to survive these incidents is beyond me, because that's his second one now, and he's been able to... He's come away from it relatively unscathed. It looks like Richard Holt got some pretty severe wing damage from that. He's going to have to bring it in for another front wing. And he should come out with a fresh one. And he does. Just checking the handling of that car. As yet, we are under caution once again, so we're going to step away for another quick break. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes as we hear a few more words from the sponsors of the Indy Elite Triple Crown Challenge, Redline Ace.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Okay, lights are off on the pace car. We're back here at Motegi. Adam Blocker going to bring him back to the green. He takes the low side of the track again, just like he has done the last few times. He's been at the front and taken the green. Simon Bryant on that high side. And we're back on the green again. Bryant gets a better run this time. And they're 3 wide for 3rd place here. Look at Zach Campbell go right to the bottom of the track. Wow! Campbell getting squeezed out by Bryant there, but Campbell somehow able to make it through. And we're almost 25 to go here, so you know people are going to be racing hard from this point onwards. It's usually when it's 50 to go people start racing hard, but reasons. Anyway, Zach Campbell able to move up to 2nd place there after what seems like one of the most interesting moves there from those two on that restart. As a 3 wide for the lead, and Simon Bryant puts the power move in and gets his way to the lead. As I'm seeing smoke on pit road. That's not good. As there goes Adam Blocker trying to make the move on Bryant, but no, he's under pressure from Zach Campbell. Campbell able to hold on for 2nd place, so here comes Austin Despetti up to 4th place. He's put the move on Joe Branch. Branch going to take it back though. As they come out of 4, Bryant and Zach Campbell still battling it out for top honours here. And who's going to come out on top here? They're going to be 3 wide for the lead, almost. And here comes Adam Blocker again. Out of turn 4 now. Zach Campbell still your leader. Liam Quinn almost losing it in the background there. You see Henry Bennett there putting a move on Chris Cahill there into turn 1. And gets the clear up to P6 now.
Blocker that around Zach Campbell.
Yeah.
He's trying to get away from 20 and 3 at the top of the race. Oh, here comes Bryant. Oh, they touched!
Oh, Campbell's in the wall! That is going to be Zach Campbell's night there. That is a horrible incident there between Bryant and Campbell. And we knew this was going to happen. The way they were racing each other from that restart. And now Campbell into the wall and comes off the loser here.
And we got temper split in your chat.
Yeah, that's kind of understandable. Take another look at that. That's Austin Espetti there. That's not what we want to see. Simon Bryant dove it in there, and I don't know who to put that on because wow. That was definitely interesting there between Bryant and Campbell.
On my screen, it doesn't look like they touched. It looks like there's a little bit of net code. Like a small hair.
Yeah. It looked like Bryant had the clear at the bottom because he had enough space. It's just that the door and the gap closed between them and they both met in the middle. So, and that's just the nature of Motegi. It's that tight. If you're at the bottom like that, you've got to try and control it or back out. Otherwise, that gap is going to close up and you're just going to meet in the middle, just like the Bryant and Campbell just did. And that's how it all ended. Unfortunately, Zach Campbell's night
is over.
Yeah, pretty much. You see that right front is up in the air.
I just feel bad because, like, on my screen it looks like it was net code. Granted, I know iRacing's system of detecting where two cars are is kind of off, but there's been many times with the Indy cars when I've been racing them where if you get too close to somebody going through a corner, the system thinks you touched them and just loops you around.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that was the case for Zach Campbell.
As we're looking towards 20 to go, or yeah, 20 to go here. And it's been a caution-filled race, but it's been a fun one. The man that's been controlling the thing at the start, that's led probably the most laps here tonight, is Adam Blocker. Simon Bryant has been right up there as well. And one man that is slowly creeping his way up there, and he's right there in third place, is Austin Espity. He's a man to watch. You know he's going to be dangerous in this closing moments of the race. Joe Branch right there, don't count him out, and definitely don't count out Henry Bennett.
Zach Campbell's still out there limping around.
Yeah. There's only so long he can be out there though before the before iRacing gives him a disqualification.
The question is, does he try to get the car repaired and go back out?
That's his night done. He's not going to get that repaired now. That right front is high up in the air. He's not going to get that fixed.
A tough night back to camp.
Yeah. A lot of the front runners here. It seems like the place you don't want to be here tonight is at the front, because a lot of the wrecks have been happening at the front.
Trying to burn a little fuel off his car.
Can't say I blame him. We're 20 laps to go here, and Zach Campbell is going to step out the car, I assume. And there he goes. His night is done.
Yeah, we're burning fuel up here in the top two here, Sam.
So we're ready for a showdown here for the last 20 laps. Those of you that are watching in the chat, those of you that are watching in future tense once this broadcast is done, I hope you're looking forward to a final showdown here. Adam Blocker, Simon Bryant, Austin Espity, Joe Branch and Henry Bennett, your top five right now. Chris Cahill, the pole sitter, is there in P6. He's been there the whole time, not just not been at the front when it really matters. Hopefully he'll be up there when it does matter. And we're about to go back to green here.
Adam Blocker, she's in a low line again. Let's see how this works off for him. As he's off.
Yeah, and Simon Bryant going to come straight down the track to meet him. The Blocker in front as we go back to green here. Simon Bryant in second. Espity there in third. He's under pressure from Joe Branch and Henry Bennett though. As here goes Bryant to the inside of Blocker.
And Bryant's got it.
Yeah, and question is,
Blocker's right there to take it again. Oh!
Almost contact between Blocker and Bryant. But side by side as they go through 1 and 2. Blocker got the nose out in front as they come out of turn 2. We are less than 20 laps to go here. Bryant going to try and keep him on the high side. Just behind them, there's a battle going on between Joe Branch and Austin Espity. They're side by side as they go through 3 and 4. Oh, Bryant gets into the wall. Bryant hits the wall coming out of turn 4. That's going to hurt him. Let's take another look at that as they come out of turn 4.
Bryant on the low side.
Oh, thanks the wall coming out of 4. Bryant will have some damage on that suspension. The Branch up to second place now. Bryant is under threat here. He's driving a wounded car. Still trying to keep it wound up though. He's right there in third place. Here comes Joe Branch now. Can he make a move on Adam Blocker? He's got the run going into turn 3 now. Side by side as they come out of 4. Not going to get the move done here. Blocker stays out in front as we are 15 laps to go here. Brian's got the speed back in that car again, despite the wing damage that he has on it. Here goes Branch again. And Branch to the point. We have a new leader here, a brand new leader. Branch going to get the point for leading a lap. He's going to defend to the inside line, make Blocker do it the hard way.
Third now around Brian.
Yeah, Bryant's starting to feel that damage now as Austin Espity up to third. Bryant in fourth. Henry Bennett still in fifth place. They've started to gap the guys behind them. As here comes Bryant, still trying to make moves here. That damage starting to hurt him though.
Blocker back around Branch for the lead.
Yeah. Good Blocker right there. As amazingly, we only have 10 cars left running on the track. So this has been very much a race of attrition. As here comes Joe Branch again. Branch gets a nose out in front. Is he going to get the clear as they come out of turn 4? Not quite, but he's going to get the lap. Here comes Simon Bryant again.
Bryant on the bottom. Can he make it stick? And he does.
Damage and all. Simon Bryant able to stick it out and keep to the bottom of the track.
Back on the inside around Bryant. There's Blocker making it right on the bottom.
Yeah. And Blocker just sends it in there and gets the lead back. As we are 11 laps to go here. Blocker defends from Joe Branch. He's got to watch for Simon Bryant on that outside. Henry Bennett has moved up to 4th. Austin Espity is falling away. Adam Blocker still your leader here. He's got Joe Branch to the outside. Here comes Simon Bryant as well. As they come across the line with 10 laps to go, there's almost contact between Branch and Bryant. Branch just able to hold on to 2nd place here. Blocker in the lead still. We are 10 laps to go here. The gloves are off from this point onwards. Who is going to come out on top here? Blocker still has it. Everybody else behind him still wants it. And Blocker, remember, looking for race win number 2 on the bounce here. He won last week in New Hampshire. And it looks like he's starting to get away from the guys behind him. He's using the timers now to make a move, and he's making away from his. Here comes Branch again. Brian sticking it to the outside of Branch. Henry Bennett coming forward as well now. You see Chris Cahill and Ray Kingsbury back there as well. They have joined. They're starting to reel in the leaders. As here comes Joe Branch now to the inside. Branch has the lead as we are on lap 143 out of 150. Yeah, Blocker back to the inside again. Bryant trying to make a move. And this top 4 is getting away from Austin Espity. Into the clutches of Chris Cahill and Ray Kingsbury. And the only driver that's not really sticking with these guys is Richard Holt. He's all by himself right now. Liam Quinn has fallen away from the pack as well. He's been through the wars here tonight as we go back to the front here. Adam Blocker under pressure again from Joe Branch.
Position for the lead. Will he be able to take it away from Blocker? And he does.
Yeah, question is, can Branch hold on as Blocker goes to the bottom of the track again?
Blocker to the inside for another slide job.
Wrong sport. There goes Branch again. We are 4 laps to go here. About to be 3 laps to go. Branch able to make the passes work just when they matter. 3 laps to go here at Motegi. Henry Bennett has moved up to 3rd place. He's finally got around Simon Bryant. Here comes Branch again to the inside of Blocker.
They're coming to the line, get popsicle sticks with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, popsicle sticks are out. Joe Branch has the lead. Can Blocker get that lead back before this race is done? Branch is starting to stretch his legs here. Very important time to be getting a big lead here at this point in the race, as Branch is going to lead it into turn 3 and 4. The white flag will be out this time. Blocker's going to try the outside line. Not going to make it work this time. Yeah, white flag is out here as the ball. We've got SPT into the wall. Not going to matter. The white flag is out. This is the race for the win here between Adam Blocker and Joe Branch. Branch has the clear as they come out of turn 2. Down towards turn 3. Defending that inside line. Adam Blocker going to try the outside line here as they go into 3 and 4. Got the nose out in front. Coming out of 4. Joe Branch gets the clear. Joe Branch goes to the line and wins at Motegi.
Wow, what a finish.
Simon Bryan holding on for 3rd place. No, Henry Bennett gets 3rd place. Simon Bryan for 4th. Chris Cahill for 5th. Ray Kingsbury for 6th. 7th is Liam Quinn. 8th is Stanley Ench. 9th is Richard Holt. Austin Espity wrecking out on the white flag lap there. Let's see what happened to him. He got passed by Cahill just before this happened. Coming out of turn 4. Just loses the back end and into the wall, but the man that is in that has the win here, Mr. Joe Branch here, and we are going to get an interview with him very soon, as that is your winner there here tonight. And before we go to the interviews here, Connor, what are your thoughts on that finish just there?
I think it was amazing. I was really hoping that Blacker could get a good run on the outside around Branch, but just couldn't pull it off.
Absolutely, but the man that came out on top was Joe Branch, and he, wow, what a late race run he had. And Adam Blocker going to be the man that's going to be the most disappointed. Led the most laps here tonight, but wanted that win. He wanted the 2nd one in a row. Didn't quite get it. He is going to settle for 2nd, and Henry Bennett just pipping Simon Bryan to 3rd place. A good win, a good result there for the man from the UK. Really good result there. Simon Bryan has to settle for 4th, unfortunately.
Holster Chris Cahill started 1st, finished 5th. He was back and forth all night. Didn't have a good solid run, but was able to pull up a top 5.
Absolutely. As we are going to try and get some interviews in soon. Before we do that, we're going to head away for a quick commercial break while we catch our breath. We'll be right back. We'll be right back very soon. Don't go anywhere.
Hits him again now. Ray Alfala into the outside wall.
He's going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing.
Lee to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit press. Sideways. What a save.
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into 2nd place.
I'm going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
I tried, there's contact though.
Wide left of the racetrack. Chris Benner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that 2nd spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe. Garrett Lowe
should take victory with all that contact. He's going to try.
And we're back live here at Motegi. What an exciting finish that was. Close racing between Joe Branch and Adam Blocker. But the man that came out on top was Joe Branch, and joining me in the booth is the race winner. Joe, you came up short last week, but you managed to finally get that #1 spot here tonight. How does that feel?
Oh man, it feels pretty good. Pretty excited and blood's flowing. It was intense there with Adam. Very clean racing. It seemed like those guys were getting tired of each other up front. I knew we had a better long run car, and the temperature of the track kept coming up there towards the end, which also played in our favor. But yeah, it was fun. The car was awesome. It was hooked up off 3 and 4. So Chris Cahill and Niles Anders built the setup. Can't ask for any more.
Absolutely. And you were keeping it pretty safe in the mid pack there for the early part. Were you just saving it, saving the tires and saving the runs for the main event, so to speak, and near the end? I mean, you were pretty close running with the mid pack there. Is that pretty much the case?
Yeah, I didn't want to do anything stupid, but at the same time, like, I felt the car was under us. We was really good in traffic, really good, really everywhere. So I just wanted to be there at the end. And like I said, the track kept coming to us. We had the car built for a long run. We didn't get a lot. There was definitely a lot of cautions, too many for my liking as the race promoter. But still, I hope we put on a good show for the finish there.
Now, one question here, Joe. How did the car handle coming off 3 and 4? It seemed like a lot of cars got sideways out of 3 and 4 and collected the wall. Was there like aero push or?
Yeah, I mean, and that's what made our car so good. It seemed like we didn't have as much of that. I felt like I was able to brake hard to the apex. So that's the fun thing about Motegi. We're braking out there. That's IndyCar on ovals. You don't get to do that very often. We're diving in, braking into 3 and 4, and then hard off. And our car was just set up where I could just brake to that apex and just pound it off. And it felt good the whole race. And those guys did seem to push up on the end of stints, and that's where I had the advantage on Adam, I think, at the end of the race.
So it kind of drives like Darlington.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with those NASCAR tracks. I stick to open wheel.
Like I said earlier, Connor, wrong sport. But anyway, Joe, congratulations on the win here tonight. I know you've been looking for that. I know it's early in the season, but you've been looking for that. Especially with the long run, you definitely seem to favour the long run setups. I mean, you had the long run setup at New Hampshire last week. Is that your MO for the season? Is the long run game the way you're going to play it so far?
I think that's kind of been our reputation as a team. Niles and Cahill, again, just they put it together. I just drive it. I get a little bit of feedback, and Cahill, in a night's worth of feedback, comes back with a brand new thing the next day, and it's just gold. So we will always like to be good over the course of an entire run. I think everybody strives for that, and hopefully it plays in our favor. I think we'll get some more green flag runs. These caution fests have not been as fun. So,
well, looking ahead to next week, we're not going to get any caution fests as we going green flag racing for the duration as we head to the our first road course of the season. We go to the Belle Isle circuit in Detroit. Just give us your thoughts on that, and do you reckon you can bring home win number 2 there?
The only way I'll win at Detroit is if I'm the only car left on the track, but it'll be a lot of fun. The track is it's so hard. My only win in official road course is from Detroit, and that was simply because I kept it clean. So I'm optimistic. I'm gonna run a lot of laps and see what happens. But there's too many road course ringers in here. It'll be fun to watch them. I just hope to come away with a solid top 10, maybe inch close to the top 5. So
yeah, we'll be expecting the Joshua Chins and the Austin Espartees of the world to excel at the road courses, I'm pretty sure you're going to be worried about those guys next week.
Yes, sir. I just like to say thanks to everybody that supports the series. Thanks for you guys. Thanks to my teammates, and thanks for everybody that drives in the series, and also to Jonathan Goke, who sponsored this race for the U.S. Armed Forces, a little tribute. And thank you to everybody that serves our country.
Well, Joe Branch, winner from round 3 at Motegi. We will see you next week.
Thank you.
As that was our winner, Joe Branch. Connor, Adam Blocker is joining us in the booth. I'll let you take this one.
All right, Adam. So after a hard-fought finish, you come in second. Tell us how your night went.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, 1 and 2 had a lot of grip, so it was pretty much a pack going into 3 and 4 every time. And obviously 3 and 4, you have to brush the brake or at least lift a lot. So it was pretty dicey all the time. Yeah, for the most part, it was pretty calm when it was me, Christopher, and Zach Campbell up there because we're all teammates and we were kind of working together, just biding our time, trying to make a gap. But we just could never make a gap because I think we had a little bit too much downforce to make a gap in clean air. But yeah, then toward the end, I mean, some people on the track were driving too aggressive and throwing some crazy blocks and doing all kind of crazy stuff. So, but fortunately, he hit the wall with about 20 to go, and that cleared it up for me and Joe to have a fantastic fight to the end. I knew the race was going to be decided by whoever got the low line into 3 on the last lap, and Joe got it. So, yeah, he won the race. So, yeah.
So your move was to go to the high side in 3 and 4 on the last lap. How did that work out for you?
I mean, it wasn't ideal, but I was hoping, if I pinched Joe low enough, I could get a good enough run on the high side. But I didn't go back up to the high side early enough, so I kind of zagged up. I kind of moved back to the right of the track too late, so when I turned in, my car wasn't set yet. So if I'd done that a little bit better, I might not have washed out as much and might have gotten a good run on him coming to the start-finish line. But it was always going to be tough to get him around the outside there.
I'm honestly surprised. I'm probably shouldn't say it, but I'm surprised you didn't use the apron in the backstretch to get around him.
I mean, you're not supposed to do that, but also, I mean, if I do that, he can just hold the white line and keep me on the apron. So,
last word, Sam.
Yeah, Adam, great race for you tonight. I know you were looking for your second win on the balance here tonight. Looking ahead to next week, we head to our first road course at the Belle Isle circuit in Detroit. Just gives you your thoughts on that and what you reckon you can do there.
Well, first goal is to finish because I think it'll be pretty high attrition. But besides that, feel pretty good. I think we have a decent setup for it, so definitely looking for another podium in Detroit.
Awesome. And Adam, is anybody else who'd like to give a shout out to for tonight's result?
Yeah, I just want to thank teammates like Henry, Zach, Adam, Doc, and Christopher for working with me and working on the setup. So it's pretty fun and pretty fun working with them. Wouldn't want different teammates. So
absolutely. Well, Adam, congratulations on the second place here tonight. I'm pretty sure we're not going to get a word with Henry Bennett here tonight, but congratulations on the second place, and we'll see you next week from Detroit.
Yeah, see you then.
So that was our second place finisher, Mr. Adam Blocker. I don't think we're going to get an interview in with Mr. Henry Bennett. Unfortunately, he won't be available, but I'm sure he's very happy to have got the podium finish here tonight. Well, that is going to do it here tonight. Let's go quickly through the results here before we do anything else, as you see them up on your screen right now. Connor, just final thoughts on the race before we go anywhere else.
Like I said, I was expecting it early on. It was just going to be a single file race to the finish, but man, I wasn't expecting the pack racing like we did.
Yeah, it was very close and very hard fought. I mean, the one thing that really stood out to me tonight was the attrition rate. We only finished with 10 cars at the end of that, well, maybe 9 cars after Aston Esparti wrecked on the white flag lap. Unfortunately, this track claimed a lot of victims here tonight, and a lot of big ones too, especially with reigning champion Joshua Chin retiring in his 3rd race in a row. Hopefully he can pick that up next week when we go to Belle Isle. Well, that is going to be it for tonight. Just a quick rundown of your results here tonight. Joe Branch bringing home his first win of the season. He is followed in 2nd place by Adam Blocker. 3rd place went to Henry Bennett. 4th place, Simon Bryant, after a strong run here tonight. And Chris Cahill rounds out your top 5. 6th place was Ray Kingsbury. 7th was Liam Quinn. 8th was Dan Lee Ench. 9th was Richard Holt. And your last runner at the end of the race, well, almost your last runner, was Austin Esmeti. He rounds out your top 10. Raul Alvarez in 11th. Zach Campbell in 12th. 13th was Chad Campbell. 14th, John Downing. 15th, Riley Thompson. 16th was Andrew Wood. 17th, Andreas Eek. 18th, Brandon Trost. 19th is Chris Stouffer. 20th is Tony Schoen. 21st was Adam Dock. 22nd was Logan Simmons. 23rd, Michael Peters. 24th was Dakota DiCenzo. 25th was very disappointed Jonathan Goke. 26th was Joshua Chin. 27th, another big incident for him, was Bradley Walters. And rounding out your field of 28 was Christian Alesio. That was your field of 28 drivers. That is going to do it for us here tonight. We have had one hell of a championship here tonight. Championship race here tonight at Motegi. The league's first ever visit to the track. So Joe Branch becomes the first ever winner at this circuit. So good on him. Looking ahead on our schedule, we are going to Daytona tomorrow night, where me and Connor were racing this past weekend in the 24 hours of Daytona. And Connor, just want to touch on that. I'm just like me, I'm pretty sure you're still recovering from that.
Yeah, I am.
But we got a good result out of it. 3rd place, we're very happy. Got to give a shout out to my teammates Connor, Jeff, Marcus, Byron, Tony, people helping us up in the booth with spotting. That'd be Kevin Paskowicz and a host of other people. Hoot Baker was in there as well for a while, giving us
Scotty Brinson. I also want to give a shout out to Sage Karam winning top split.
Yeah, Sage Karam as well, and a host of other drivers doing well in their races as well. So for those that got the good look there at the weekend, very good for them. But tomorrow we return with Top Fuel Racing as they head to Daytona on the Roval for the next round of the IndyCar Series. I know I'll be
looking for his first win tomorrow.
Yes, I will. I'm very fast round there as well. That 24-hour, it's worked in my favour. But anyway, that will be tomorrow, and then Saturday, we have the finale of the Beaufort Indy Classic Series, and this guy next to me is looking to win it. Just give us your thoughts going into that one on Saturday, Connor.
Pure nutrition. That's all it's going to be.
Well, you hold a 20.
Highlight at the end of it.
Well, you hold a 23-point lead going into that one, so it's looking good for yourself going into that one. But that is what's coming up for the rest of the week. But for now, that is going to do it for us here tonight. That is the Motegi race here at for Indy Elite Series.
One quick thing, Sam, before we leave.
Yeah.
Nate Seifert 10X Club t-shirts will be coming out here soon.
Yep. So, yeah, t-shirts coming out soon. But for now, all that's left for me to say is keep it clean, keep it green, and we will see you tomorrow night with Tony Trapasso in the booth for Top